Are you ready for part 2?
If it wasn't for Tony, oh.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing part 2 of my addressing Aaliyah conspiracy theories. But before I begin, I want to say thank you to everybody for the birthday wishes. I really appreciate them. Y'all know this has been a crazy year. I'm pretty sure everybody can agree. And I really appreciated all the birthday messages I got, all the DMs, and just the appreciation y'all showed me. So let's go. Continuing on the conspiracy theories. Another one was that Dame Dash was involved in Aaliyah's accident, and he knows more than what he's told the public. And he is many different things that he could reveal or expose, but he's keeping it quiet, and he has something to do with it. Now, here's my take. I don't think he had anything to do with the plane crashing, right? And he said that Aaliyah called him and she was saying she didn't want to get on the plane. Because if you look on YouTube, you can see there was an episode where he went on the talk show, and he talked about how Aaliyah called him before she got on the plane, and she was saying she didn't want to get on the plane, and he was like, just don't get on the plane. But the way he said it was just like real nonchalant, and it was really like, that's really how you told her, and look what happened after. So it was just like, I don't think he had anything to do with the accident, but he just has his personality. He has a real like cold exterior type of nonchalance. It was a nonchalance about it. And it's real suspect. His character, the way he portrays himself, is real suspect. And I don't think he had anything to do with the accident, but I do believe he was cheating on her. Because he seemed like the type where he could have the most successful woman, the most beautiful woman as his wife, but he would still cheat on her. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing on it. I don't think he had anything to do with the accident. But I feel like if what he said happened, he could have said something to Aaliyah. He could have said something to Aaliyah to not make her go on that plane, if that's what he says happened. You know what I'm saying? Something about him always been suspect to me. What y'all think about that? Also, another conspiracy theory is that Aaliyah was going to leave Blackground, the label, her uncle's label. She was going to leave that label to go to another label, a better label. A label that would promote her music better, a label that would make her get more #1 hits, a label that would make her have better debut album sales, a label that would have her performing on award shows instead of presenting on award shows. You're a big artist. Aaliyah was a big artist, but she was only presenting on award shows. You think about it. What big show, Soul Train Awards, Billboard, Grammys, AMAs, VMAs, she ain't never performed on none of them. She was a presenter, but she never performed on none of them. Her 7-year career, she never performed on not one award show. So I feel like Aaliyah got to the point where she respected her family, she respected her uncle, she was thankful for what they did, how far they helped her with the career, and she was always going to support her uncle. But she was coming to the realization that, if she wants to, get that major success, she was gonna have to leave the uncle, or she was gonna have to talk to him and be like, y'all gotta start making changes, because there's other labels. I'm pretty sure there's other labels that would have easily picked Aaliyah up. You know what I'm saying? And they would have had her. They would have her everywhere. Now, with the mediocre promotion and rollout that Blackground gave her, Aaliyah was very successful. But if she was on another label, which I think she was going to leave to go on another label, she would have been even more successful. And I'm not talking about, not even if it didn't get to that Britney Spears type of success where it's just like, oh, like she's the pop icon of the year, like Britney Spears was everywhere. Even if it didn't get to that Britney Spears type level, she would have been like, it wouldn't have been no question about, oh, was Aaliyah popular back then? Was she popular? No, you would have known. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays people have a conflict where, oh, she was popular, but she wasn't. She won VMAs over Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera, but it was going to be more than that. Like, her popularity was going to be more than, a question mark. Blackground really dropped the ball. They deflated the ball. They didn't drop the ball. They deflated it. You know what I'm saying? When it came to Aaliyah and her single choices and promotion, they got lucky. The thing with them is they got lucky. Aaliyah's music was so good. She had a strong fan base. The media picked it up. The radio picked songs up. Where it's like she got lucky into getting those sales because, the way they did it, the way they promoted it sometimes was not the most logical or clever way. But like I said, Aaliyah's work spoke for herself and she was still successful. But I do believe she was going to leave that label. And that may have pissed some people off. Now, another conspiracy theory is that Aaliyah had a nose job. And I've seen this many times, especially, and the thing that really bugs me is people, when I see the comparison, people are comparing her 1994 pics to her 2001 pics. Mind you, Aaliyah didn't start her career in her 20s. She started when she was 15. 15. These are like when her first official promo pictures came out. She may have been even 14 when she took them. 15 years old. You comparing her nose to when she was 22. Now, mind you, makeup has evolved. She has evolved. Her body has evolved. Mind you, she was still going through puberty. And not to mention, her makeup artist, Eric Farrell, was already advanced in his makeup techniques and contouring. And y'all know, I don't know, but I know a little bit about, how you contour your nose and you can make it look slimmer with makeup, the makeup tricks. He was doing all of that back in 2001 and 2000, the late 90s. So when people compare her 1994 pics to her 2001 pics, she was 15 versus when she was 22. And then it's like, oh, she had one of the best nose jobs of all time. Oh, she had a nose job. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm like, people are just so ignorant to the point where it's just like, wow, y'all really gonna take this and run with it? Like, oh, she had a nose job. Now, like I said, none of us know. I don't know. None of us know Aaliyah's medical history and this and that. But it's just like, I don't believe she had a nose job. I believe that was her finishing puberty. And even at 22, your body is still changing. To me, I could see that was just makeup and her getting older. So that's my take on that. And here's another interesting one. But I feel like this one is easy to argue. But another conspiracy theory is that Aaliyah was actually pregnant at the time of the accident, and she was pregnant. People were saying about R. Kelly, but they had long stopped speaking to each other. I don't even think she even saw him since 1995. And then people say, oh, she was pregnant by Dame Dash and she lost the baby, but they never reported it. I'm positive. As big as this case was, people was waiting to see the results of the autopsy. They would have had no problem. That would have been one of the main things reported. One of the main things, whoever conducted the autopsy would have reported, oh, Aaliyah was pregnant at the time. That wouldn't have slipped through the cracks. So I do not believe Aaliyah was pregnant. That's just another rumor somebody started. Because I remember, even back then when I was young, I remember somebody even starting a rumor that Jay-Z was on the plane with her. That's when Aaliyah and Jay-Z was dating. I remember that rumor. Jay-Z was on the plane with her. And was he on the plane with her? So I just think that was just another rumor somebody started, and somehow it lasted up until 2020, with people still saying, oh, I think she was pregnant. I don't think so. That would have been widely reported if that was the truth. That's just my opinion. Another Aaliyah conspiracy theory that came up involving her death was, if y'all look back, right after Aaliyah's death, Mary J Blige went on 106 Apartment. She did an interview about it, Aaliyah's death, and how she said that was a spiritual murder. That wasn't supposed to go down like that, and this and that. But the way she said it is like AJ and Free, when they was hosting, she said it, but nobody ever questioned her. It's like she just said it and they let it pass by, like, wait, run that back. What you mean? I'm mad. I always wondered like why didn't AJ and Free like that wasn't a light bulb, that wasn't a red flag for y'all to be like, what you mean, Mary? It makes you wonder. Does Mary J. Blige know something we don't? Does more people in the industry know something we don't? You know what I'm saying? Does Dame Dash really know something we don't? More than he revealed, talking about Aaliyah called him before she got on. Like, is something missing? This I always believed there's some missing puzzle pieces, and it wasn't just an accident that just it's a tragic accident, mishap, no. Mary J. Blige really Mary J. Blige really led on to something, but nobody ever dug deep. Nobody ever questioned it. And, that was 19 years ago she said that. And I felt like if we was to ask her about that now, she would probably be on some, they should have really asked her more about that at the time. But I really feel like she knows something, and other people in the industry who are her peers know something, and nobody's saying nothing. Now, another conspiracy theory is Aaliyah is actually reincarnated into a new artist, a newer artist. Her name is Natalie LaRose. Look her up. Google image her, Natalie LaRose, and she has a striking resemblance to Aaliyah. Now, and I remember people kept saying this, and I remember I went on her Instagram and I scrolled all the way like 2, 3, 4 years down, looking at her pictures. Some pictures she don't really look like her. I'm like, okay. Other pictures she really do look like her, and at certain angles where she has a certain hairstyle or she's a certain angle, you can really see. I'm like, damn, she really do look like her a little bit. But it's just like that's just one of those things where it's just like wishful thinking. Like, okay, I know. Do I believe in the afterlife? To a certain extent, but do I believe Aaliyah reincarnated into her, Natalie LaRose? She's like another R&B pop singer. I don't think so. I just think that it's a coincidence that this new up and coming singer has a resemblance to Aaliyah in certain angles, and it's not like she don't look directly like her. It's just when she has a certain angle, or her face is a certain way, or she has a certain makeup. So I don't think that they have any connection to do with each other. It's just like the fans. Some fans is like, oh, she look like Aaliyah. She look like Aaliyah. But then I remember it's an IG model. It's a model that models for Fashion Nova. People say she look like Aaliyah. People say this one look like Aaliyah. People say, it's a thing where if a certain woman or model or whatever, she has like long hair, certain skin tone, she dresses a certain way, she has like a certain eye shape, then it's like, oh, she looks like Aaliyah. And it's just like a excitement for fans to see somebody new that resembles Aaliyah. That's all I think it is. Cause I'm not gonna lie, even I get excited when I see certain pictures. I'm like, oh, she really do look like her. But then you realize it's just like, okay, it's just a coincidence, And this leads into the last Aaliyah conspiracy theory, that people think Aaliyah is really still alive somewhere. Like people on a private island, and I remember a few years ago, I seen somebody even say that, oh, Aaliyah staged the accident herself. She was so stressed out and so overwhelmed that she staged the accident to make it look like, she passed in the accident, but she's really alive somewhere, living stress-free, away from the spotlight and the media and the attention, living in privacy. And, some people know she's still alive, but it's just like all this crazy stuff. Somebody had a whole outline of what. I'm just like, as much as I would like to believe that, it's no way. I don't think that can be true. Because of, you saw the funeral and everything, and it was televised, and unfortunately, Ali's father passed, and they're right next to each other in the mausoleum in Ferncliff Cemetery, And it's just like, as much as I would like to believe Aaliyah is still alive somewhere, deep down inside, you just know it's not true. You just know it's not true. There's no way this would be, there's no way it would have went this far. 19 years, you already think, come on now. Like I said, as much as I would like to believe Aaliyah is still alive somewhere, I don't think it's true. It's just not true. You saw everything. You saw the reports. You saw the plane crash. You saw everything. And people even said they were Tupac. You know, it's a run-on joke. Tupac is somewhere in Cuba. But, you know, that's not real. I remember even somebody even saying Michael Jackson is still alive. So it's just like like I said, it's a wishful thinking type of thing. Like, oh no, you know, if you don't see pictures of their body, you know, then it's like, oh, you know, you never saw pictures of the body. How you know they still alive? How you know they're not alive? It's like, I mean, I get it, but it's like, and thank God that no pictures from that accident has ever been released, because you know how evil, how gutter people can be on the internet. People can be on the internet. So I'm just thankful that no pictures from that accident has ever got released. And when I say pictures, I mean like the graphic pictures, because you know when some celebrities pass in horrific ways, you know, their pictures get released and the funeral home might leak pictures. I'm so glad that none of them pictures got released, because I don't know if my mind can take that. You know what I'm saying? You know, a thing with celebrities is that some celebrities are put on such a high pedestal and they're seen as otherworldly figures that when one of them died, either young or old, it's seen as like just a tragedy. But some people refuse to believe it, and it's just like at the end of the day, these celebrities are humans like us. They all bleed, they all use the bathroom, and eventually, like they were born, they all have to die. We all have to die, and that's just something. That's just a fact that we have to accept. And like I said, as much as I would like to believe that, I just don't think it's true, because it's too much evidence to prove otherwise, you know? So on that note, that was my part 2 of my addressing Aaliyah conspiracy theories. Any ones that I missed, let me know down below in the comments. I'm going to reply to them, because you know, this can go on and on and on. I can make a part 3, a part 4, a part 5, but these were just the main ones I kept seeing throughout the past few years, and the top voted ones that y'all voted for when I made the post in my community tab, you know? So just let me know down below in the comments. What do y'all think about these Aaliyah conspiracy theories I talked about in this video? And if you haven't seen it, check out part 1. I'm gonna leave it right here. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.